Welcome back. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to plan for and time box breakout sessions. These are one of the most powerful engagement strategies that you can use as a workshop facilitator. They'll enable you to process multiple conversation threads simultaneously, and they'll bring a much higher level of energy to the room than an all-hands discussion ever could. That said, they are typically much more complex to plan than a full team discussion and often take more time than facilitators will give them. Let's talk about the 4 steps and the timing involved in each. First step is the setup. In this phase of a breakout, you need to share with them the purpose of the exercise, how many teams are involved, what team each person's going to be on, tools or templates that they're going to use. Typically, you're going to want to share an example as a full team to calibrate, and most important, answer any questions that participants have before you launch them into the breakout. Any unanswered questions now in the breakout will typically lead to breakdown later on. This first step should take 10, maybe 15 minutes. The second step is the breakout itself. I typically see this go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. The things that facilitators often fail to consider from a timing standpoint are that you got to physically move people from their full team to the breakout, even if it's in the same room. And the second thing is that it typically takes teams a little time to get into the discussion. They're not going to be productive from the get-go. So budget that amount of time. Again, typically an hour or so. For this situation, let's call it even just 30 minutes. Third step is the readout. Whenever I have breakout teams, I want to make sure that I've got time so that each breakout team has an opportunity to share their key themes or their key deliverables with the rest of the room. This begins to integrate the individual discussions back into the broader agenda at hand and gives everybody an opportunity to kind of see the bigger picture of the breakout. This third step, I typically will budget about 5 minutes per team. So if you had a 4-team breakout, you're probably looking at about 20 minutes for that step. And then the fourth step is a full team discussion about the conversations that just occurred. This is one that I often see facilitators fail to do, to give everybody an opportunity to speak into any of the topics that were in the room. When I have seen participants push back on using breakouts, it's because of that. They were afraid they were going to miss something or not be able to speak into another topic. So that fourth step will address that concern. Typically what I'll see on that is maybe 10 minutes or so is appropriate amount of time to give people an opportunity to ask any questions or to share any other thoughts. All that said, when you think about, let's say, a 30-minute breakout session itself, it's not at all unusual to have to budget 70 minutes or more for all of the steps around that process. If you are intentional and budget appropriate amount of time, you can master this very, very powerful facilitation engagement strategy. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much.